Coach. Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
You got tape. You got tape. You got tape right there. Whip. Watch 5 wide. Recon, 132 fighter.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
And the Bears first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Allen forced out to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, come on, now. Under 10. 10. Check.
The give to Cohen. He heads right. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
It's now 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Slam.
And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Jackson, options out left. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. So now they operate back from their side of the field here. 2nd and long. Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Tackle, slam, shoot.
Allen now on first down. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Right there. Hey, tight. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on. Hey, box truck.
Allen going to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 3rd down. It's Cohen. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 14 yards into Chicago first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Brown 80. Mike 54. Showing up. Move.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. On 52. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
From the gun, it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Jackson, options out left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Check pass, check pass. 45, 45, 45, zoom.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Buddy up. 45. Mike, 45. Hey, check. Yup. On me. Hustle. Check Mike 45.
From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he slides to avoid the hit. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
That'll be a gain of 15 yards after the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Alpha. Check line 54. Line 54.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Finding Gabriel complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Allen. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Cohen. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike 54. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Why not?
To throw, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check 26. No. Hey. Rush in. Rush in. Check.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Perry in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield, and spilling everything.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Alert flow, alert flow, alert flow. 51, 51.
They run. This is Cohen. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. It's Potter. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, Cohen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. Taking it right down Broadway. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, team.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson dancing to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson, option right. He's got the first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Hey, exit. That's a screen. Pass. Mike 51. Mike 51.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Allen eluding the pressure right. And he completes it to Cohen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, it's Cohen. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That's mine. That's mine.
Again, it's Cohen. 2 yards the game there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4.
Check. Crunch.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check three. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll try and run for it. And an alley to run. Past the 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Jackson from the shotgun. And an alley to run. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's where having a mobile quarterback really pays dividends, because that old school stand in the pocket, make your throw guy, he doesn't make that play.
In addition to the mobility, how about his eyes? Just kept them downfield, locked on the target, created a big play out of it.
Didn't matter the chaos around him. He still found his guy.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Jackson, option right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually count for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Now a handoff looking right. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. He can run for it, and he will. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The this is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Switch. You draw closer.
Now Cohen. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Come on. Watch the safety creep. Alert. 51's the mic. Yeah, let's get set.
On 3rd down, Cohen. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one, angling for the sideline.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
45. Mike, 45. There we go.
Now Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. A gain there of 21 yards. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.